Welcome to your first step to investing in the stock market. I decided to create a step-by-step guide on filling out the Col Financial forms because when I was doing it on my own, I was hesitant on what info to put in it. I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. So hopefully this can help people out who are doing it for the first time as well. A quick disclaimer, I am not in any way connected to Col Financial. I only have an account with them, which I personally manage, and I'm not a representative, nor will I earn anything from them through this video. Now everything is addressed, let's start, shall we? First off, open a browser and type in Col Financial. Then hit enter so that it can pull up the results. It's going to be the first result. Click on that. On the upper tabs, choose the one that says Open an Account. As you can see, it has a step-by-step guide on how to open an account. I want you to go to number 2, click Download All Forms. It should pop up in another tab and click on the download icon so that it can be saved on your computer. Once that's saved, open up the form and start filling out the form. Now on the upper right, leave account number blank since you don't have that yet. For account ownership, choose individual. Put in your personal information. Make sure that you use capital letters. For privacy reasons, I'm not going to put in my personal info. We're going to use the overused Juan de la Cruz info. So last name de la Cruz, first name Juan, middle name, well, we'll just use Santos. Type in your TIN ID number and your SSS number. In my case, I didn't put my SSS number. They didn't ask for it, but they will need your TIN ID number. And put in gender and date of birth. Of course, put in your country of birth. If you were born in the Philippines, choose Philippines. If you were born in the USA, X out USA. Or if you were born, let's say, in Great Britain or United Kingdom, choose others and specify which country. Then country of citizenship, choose Philippines, country of residence, Philippines, contact number. Now, a lot of us don't have a home phone number, but we do have mobile phone numbers. So put in your mobile phone number. Very important. Type in your working email address, an email address that you always check or always use, because they'll be sending in your account number and your password through that email. So make sure that it's something that you usually use and is an active email. Of course, put in your residence address. I'm just making up the address here. And civil status. For additional information, they're going to ask you for your employment background. In my case, I was self-employed, so I just X'd out self-employed, but if you are employed, just X out employed and put in the business details of your employer. Okay, on to disclosures. Make sure you answer this truthfully, but most of the answers will be no, since this is going to be your first time. So are you a corporate officer or director of a PSE listed company? If you're not, then go ahead and X out no. If yes, then yes. Are you a director, officer, or employee of another broker or dealer? No. Are you a shareholder of another broker or dealer? No. Do you have an existing call account? No. Do you have an account with another broker? Of course, no. So, financial investment profile, assets, well, less than 500,000. If you have more than that, good for you. But choose estimated asset worth, then your net worth, your annual income, more of a rough estimate, and your sources of income. If you get it from your salary, from your retirement or pension, business, family, or inheritance, or regular remittances, or investments, investment experience. In this case, none. And investment objectives, list 1 to 4 in order of priority. For this case, I'm just doing it randomly, but it's up to you on how you would list your priority for this. And another important part, you will need to put in your bank account details. I've seen a few videos that said you don't need to put it in yet, but when I came by their office, they did specify that they need to have a working bank account, an active bank account, to be listed under your Col Financial account, since that will be where they would send the money if ever you wish to withdraw any funds. So in this case, let's use BPI, then branch Davao City, bank account number. I'm just playing around with numbers here, but make sure you put in the right bank account number. And of course, put in your full name and signatures. Of course, date signed. It's going to ask you, how did you learn about Col Financial? That's a very good question. How did you find out about Col Financial? Tell me on the comments below. So in this case, I just put in Col website. And under calls use only, do not put any info there. That is going to be filled out by the Col Financial representative. So we're done in the customer account information form. Let's move on to Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act disclosures. So again, when I came by the office, they said that they needed this to be filled out as well, even if you are not a foreigner. So account ownership, of course, individual. Type in your last name, your first name, your middle name. Since you don't have a US address, you can just put in your Philippine address. And a few more questions. Are you a US citizen? Of course, no. Are you a green card holder? No. Are you considered a US resident for tax purposes? No. US TIN number. You can leave that blank. And telephone number, you can just put in your mobile phone number. Were you born in the US or any US territory? No. Do you grant power of attorney to a person with a US address to open an account? No. And last part, print in your name. So Juan de la Cruz. And finally, save the file and print it out, and make sure that the signatures reflect that of the ID that you're going to show. Okay, so we're done with the forms. Okay, let me take you back to their website again. So here you're going to see the types of account for Col Financial. We have the Col Starter. That's how I started. I just sent in 5,000 pesos to open up an account. It's better to start with 5,000 than keep on adding funds rather than doing 25,000. It's going to be a bit hard for most people to have that kind of fund. But if you can afford it, go ahead and send in 25,000. But I would strongly advise 5,000 for you to, test out the waters first. Then once you've printed out and signed the forms, you need a photocopy of one valid government issued ID. So that's PRC, SSS, driver's ID, voter's ID. If you are a foreign or a citizen, another valid government ID and alien certificate of registration or work permit from DOLE. And here's a few more for non-resident foreign citizens or interest for accounts. Then submission of forms. Here you will have two choices. You can either send it via mail or go directly to their office. Now, not a lot of provinces have offices for Col Financial, but if you have an office in your area, I would strongly advise for you to go there. The reason why I'm advising you for this is so that you don't need to do a Skype interview. Before, they didn't do Skype interviews, but now they are cracking down on a lot of fraud accounts. That's why they need to do Skype interviews to make sure that person is a real person. So if you can, go to their office and present your forms, your signed forms, so that they can process it. And it's very easy. It's very fast if you do it from there, since you gave them the forms directly. So lastly, fund your account. Now, after a few days, once everything is processed, they will send you your account number. It won't have the password yet, as you will need to fund your account first before they can provide you your temporary password. I chose over-the-counter bills payment, and so company name, Col Financial Group Inc., put in the date, your account number that Col Financial has provided, and your full name and how much you're going to send them. Again, the starter is 5,000 pesos. Once everything has been cleared out, and usually it takes a few more days for them to process your payment, they will send another email containing your temporary password. You can go ahead and log in at their website with your account number and your temporary password, and it will prompt you to change it to your personalized password. And that's all. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments below for whatever questions you have. I'll try to answer it as much as I can. Thank you for watching and have a good day.